Scams in the real estate sector seem to be accelerating every day and appear unstoppable. And the worst thing is real estate scams are difficult to spot, especially for those who are new to the industry or who are unfamiliar with the process of buying or selling a property. So it is essential to be vigilant and to carefully research any potential real estate deals to avoid falling victim to one of these scams. Whether you are a seasoned investor or a first-time homebuyer, it is essential to be aware of these scams and to take steps to protect yourself, because these scams can be intimidating and result in significant financial losses. Not just that, the fraudsters are getting smarter and more creative day by day. Even if you aren't involved in a real estate transaction, you should understand how they work and what you can do to protect yourself. Well, in this video, we will be discussing the top 4 real estate scams to watch out for. Let's dive in and take a look at these scams that you need to be aware of in the real estate industry. But before you learn about real estate scams, pay attention to the big red subscription button. As soon as you click it, you will be taken to the wealthy side, the life you deserve, where you'll find hundreds of videos. These videos contain the answers to almost any question you may have. There are also daily updates, so if you want to stay tuned, remember to turn on notifications. Number 1 scam is the foreclosure fraud. This is one of the most common scams in real estate. Well, the thing is, a lot of banks offer to skip and deferral of mortgage payments for a period of 6 months. In the course of this period, the interest that accumulates will be added to the principal amount owed, increasing the overall cost of borrowing. Some people may still be out of work or have accumulated debt when this period ends, which may make them vulnerable to fraudsters offering non-traditional financing options. Fraudsters may aim to convince their victims to sign a first, second, or even a third mortgage or a builder's legal hypothec that allows their name to appear on the title of the property. This can make it difficult for the owner to sell the property without paying debts to builders and renovators or satisfying a lion. The fraudster can then instigate a loan default by claiming that the victim failed to comply with a vague clause. And if the victim is unable to pay, they may be forced to sell the property to repay the lender. Well, these foreclosure-related frauds generally occur when you are facing problems while making your mortgage payments. Fraudsters may try to trick you into transferring your property title to someone else to obtain a loan that you are going to think will help you with your payments. And in these scams, they normally keep the payments you have done, and also they get the title of your house. That ultimately allows them to remortgage or resell. Regardless of the place you are living in, whether it's a rural or urban area, anyone can fall prey to this kind of scam. Scammers often target commercial buildings that are highly valued, as these properties can be particularly lucrative. This becomes more problematic when victims believe that they're not being scammed and consider it a normal procedure related to repossessions. That's why they don't even file complaints. Now, what we can do to save ourselves from this scam? The first thing you can do to avoid this is not accept any offer from financial reorganization or debt consolidation companies on the internet. Also, don't call the numbers which are sketchy or offer buying properties for cash signs, as these are placed intentionally to attract some specific property owners. Above all, the best thing is to consult with an independent professional of your choice. Number 2 is the moving scam. Well, this type of scam is increasing and reported over the past few years. In this type of scam, movers may pack up and transport your belongings and then refuse to release them until you pay an exorbitant fee. In a different variation of this scam, fraudulent movers may provide you with an initially low quote for the moving job. However, when they arrive, they may significantly increase the rate and threaten to abandon the job unless you pay the higher price up front. Just like it happens with Bill or Render, the movers came and loaded up his belongings. And after that, he expected his stuff was going to be delivered in 7 days. But his home remained empty for more than 3 months. The offender stated that he and the broker had agreed on a price for the job. However, when the contractor arrived, they presented a different contract with prices that did not match the original agreement. After making a partial payment, Orender's belongings were packed and transported by the movers. But even more than 100 days later, the company sent him a message demanding more money and holding his belongings hostage until it was received. If you want to get away with this fraud, you have to be careful in the first place. And make sure to ask for the license of the moving company against the respective authority and see if there are any complaints filed or not. In addition, there are several red flags to watch out for when hiring movers, including the refusal to provide a written quote, requests for a large upfront deposit, or the acceptance of only cash payments. To protect yourself, it is important to obtain binding written estimates and avoid signing blank or incomplete documents. You should also consider getting quotes from multiple companies to make an informed decision. By following these steps, you can help ensure that you are hiring a reputable and trustworthy moving company. Lastly, do not make large payments in advance that are demanding. Even though a little deposit is standard, keep in mind that reputed companies do not need full payment until they complete the job. A quick reminder: if you've enjoyed the video so far, consider subscribing, as we frequently upload such informative and educational videos. Let's continue. Number 3 is the rental scam. The scams are not just limited to home buying, and these are not the only ones you should be aware of. It is also possible to fall victim to a scam while you are just looking to rent a property. So what happens is fraudsters create fake rental promotions on social media and websites like Craigslist to trick people into making upfront payments or deposits to view a property first. But in reality, they will not have any connection with real estate, as the COVID-19 eviction moratorium comes to an end. Some scammers also come up with subsequent scams in which they try to prey on vulnerable renters by offering to assist them in securing rent money. However, these individuals may ask for an upfront payment or personal information in exchange for their services. In 2021, a Florida-based scammer pretended to be the owner of a rental property and posted a fake listing to trick at least 2 expected renters into paying deposits through Apple Pay and Zelle. In the end, the Fellsmere Police Department launched an investigation, but the victims did not receive any financial compensation for the money they lost. Well, what you can do to avoid this scam is while searching for rental properties. It is important to be cautious and thoroughly research any potential listings before making a decision. This may include verifying the authenticity of the property, visiting the location in person, and negotiating rental terms. You should also avoid wiring deposits or providing personal information without first completing your due diligence to ensure that you are not being scammed. Also, you can generally find information about the current property owner by visiting your local property appraiser's website. To protect yourself from scams, it is a good idea to avoid conducting transactions solely through email or phone. Whenever possible, request to meet the owner in person before signing any paperwork or making any payments. This can help you verify their identity and ensure that you are dealing with a legitimate owner. In addition, you can ask them to show their real estate license and verify their identity. And most importantly, never pay your deposits in cash. Number 4. Scam is the escrow wire fraud. In this scam, you may be contacted by a title or escrow company through a phone call, text, or email with instructions on how to wire your escrow funds. The company's website may appear professional, and the contact information may seem legitimate, which could make you believe that there is no reason to worry. Then you follow the instructions provided by the company without any concerns. However, after some days you will discover that the funds have not reached their intended destination and the company has disappeared with the money. In this type of scam, scammers may create fake websites, phone numbers, and email addresses that look like those of a real company. They may try to trick you into sending them money through these fake identities. However, if you look closely, you may notice small differences between the fake contact information and the real company's information. Let's have a look at a real example of this scam. Patricia, a single mother from South Florida, believed she had made a $63,000 deposit for a condo. However, when she was moving into what she thought was her new home, her real estate agent called to inform her that the title company had not received the money. Patricia's bank records showed that the funds had been wired, so she provided the wire instructions to her real estate agent and the title company. However, upon closer inspection, it was discovered that the account listed on the instructions was not the title company's account. Surprisingly, it turns out that wasn't the title company's account. Now you might be thinking about how you can avoid this. Well, to protect yourself from fraud, it is important to be cautious when you receive calls, emails, or texts with wiring instructions. Do not click on any links or send money to third parties before checking the original documents your lender or title company provided. You should also verify the authenticity of any wiring instructions and escrow account numbers by calling the phone numbers listed on these documents. Additionally, it is a good idea to confirm that the funds have been transferred by contacting your settlement agent. These are the top 4 scams in the real estate sector that you should be careful of. Let us know your thoughts if you have any terrible experiences like these, so we can help others as well. Did you enjoy the video? Please hit the subscribe button, like, share, and comment.